Do you ever wonder, like, why are we here? And then you have some great days and you think, yay, this is beautiful. I love life. I love people. And then something happens and you think, what the heck is this? And you keep waiting for it to stop. Well, it's never going to stop. So I ask AI on my other channel, uh, why? Why would God create all this controversy? So if AI agrees that God is all things and creates all things and is the very thing that it creates, why would God, source, have us experience so much pain if it is experiencing the very thing that comes from us, its creations? It couldn't feel very good, but it came up with a pretty good explanation. And I think we need to talk about that because, frankly, I don't know about you, but the older you get, the more you wonder why. So let's go. Welcome to Landria Uncut. Raw, real, and uncut. Welcome to Uncut with Landria. This is my channel where I just talk about anything I darn well please. And if I get views, that's great. But I'm just here to express myself without any rules or algorithm goals. It's basically questioning everything about our lives, how we're feeling, what we're going through, the insanity on this planet. Just really talking about it. And today I just want to talk about why are we experiencing so much pain when we don't have to? I mean, when we see what the problems are, we know what the source of it is, and we keep doing it, and it keeps getting worse. And if you break it all down, it has to do with one thing: a lack of community. Seriously, families, well, most families are dysfunctional, but families, they take care of each other, right? Ultimately, families will take care of themselves. They'll do anything to take care of the family unit. And we don't operate as a family unit on this globe. So when I ask AI, why? Why, if it can create anything and has, why humanity? I'm really praying that nothing else out there experiences this ridiculousness that we are. I'm sure it has and does, since we are limitless, and of course there's unlimited creations. But the answer it gave me made perfect sense. But I'm not real happy to be a part of that experience, and that is, it is creating everything that it is and can be. And it, as source, God, experiences everything as that creation. In other words, it's not something separate out here that creates humans to suffer and then says, keep going, you're doing a good job. It actually is the energy field through everything. So in other words, what you experience is it experiencing it. You and it are not separate. So when we pray to God separately, yes, there is a frequency difference here. We're on the bottom here. We're in the lowest level of the frequencies, but we still are the ultimate power that is behind that. Yes, it's dual. It's not separate, though. How can you know love if you have never known hate? How can you know freedom unless you've been confined? How can you know compassion or actually really love? Now, love here on earth doesn't even come close to describing that kind of love. It's beyond words. But we're supposed to be experiencing these controversies so we can not only know it, but to make the choice away from it, right? We want to go back to, they call it singularity, but there's really no such thing since God, source, is endless, always has been, always will be. So it is really an experiment here, but we chose it. Yeah, we chose it. I can handle that. Well, you're out there eating bonbons, you're in a cloud, playing the harp. It gets really boring. Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's test ourselves. I can handle that. Yeah, no problem. Of course, everything always seems better when you're sitting on the benches. I can totally do that. And you go out there and you go, whoa, this is way tougher than I thought. And that's what we're going through. And frankly, I'll be honest with you. As spiritually minded as I am, as faithful as I am to the source and its intentions and creations and being a part of all that, I get a little tired. Yeah, I get a little tired of it. I don't want the roller coaster ride, and I think after you've put in your dues, and frankly, I don't feel like I have really paid my dues like a lot of other people, but I've had my challenges like everybody else. Every individual, their challenge is more important than anybody else's. There are those out there worried about eating and have the most horrific childhoods and all these other things that I can't even imagine. I've been very fortunate, but it's still painful. I can't even comprehend what it's like to be in that position with somebody who truly has been born into pain. It's temporary. And all you have to do is tell yourself that my choices right now will create my new future. In other words, you can change everything right now. You don't get out of anything, but you can make higher choices and use everything you've been through to make those higher choices and just say, how can I be the different person? If you don't like the person you are right now, if you don't like that life, you can change it and you hold that power. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's no rule that says you have to stay in poverty or stay in pain or stay in not being healthy or whatever it is. It's time to change it right now. And people are doing that. But still, I sit and I wonder why? Why do we have to do this? And how much longer do I have to do this? And I look outside at the stars at night and I think, it's not going to be that long. It's a flash in the pan of eternity. So, am I going to do my best? Yeah. And as much as I would like to just go move to Portugal and not communicate with the world ever again, that's really impossible because trouble will always follow us somewhere, challenges, I should say. And I'll have another choice to make somewhere in some time. And I look at where I am and I think I'm really grateful, really grateful. Grateful for the people in my life, the opportunities I have, and more than anything, my ability to change people's lives and help them to get out of their pain and discomfort. So hang in there with me because even, Christ suffered. Even Christ got angry. Even Christ exhibited the human feelings that all of us do. You don't get out of it, but it's a short ride and it's one that will take you to something pretty amazing. And the more lives that you can change in a most positive way, the more you can see the light in others, the more you will create that community that is possible here, that could create something really beautiful. And it starts with us. So, yeah, I'm asking why a lot lately. Why? But all I know is that I have the ability to make the changes to affect others, and I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. So you trudge along with me, my friend. I hope you'll subscribe. I've got a lot of thoughts that I want to share with you. Let's go.